It is official, guys. Biden is the 46th president of the United States, and Kamala Harris has made history as the first black woman vice president of the United States. And this is Bijoux Ngwanda, immigration lawyer in the DC metropolitan area. And today's video, I'll be talking about the new immigration bill that has been introduced to the Congress today. It's called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021. If you're new to my channel, just go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and smash that like button so that YouTube can show my video to people who actually need to hear those type of information. Let's just get right into it. What is in this bill? Because we really want this bill to pass, and on my next video I will be talking about how to prepare for this amnesty coming, okay? Because we're pretty sure and convinced that this bill is going to pass, because the Democrats are controlling the House, the Democrats are controlling the Senate. They just need to convince at least 10 Republican senators to go along with the bill. And you can help as well by calling your congressman, your U.S. representative, depending on what state, to just try pushing that so that this bill can pass and become law, okay? Let's just get right into it. What is it that is so important to us? The number one thing is the 8-year pathway to citizenship for immigrants without any legal status. How this one is going to play out. Basically, Biden is proposing that all the immigrants that has no legal status, pretty much undocumented people, to have a pathway to U.S. citizenship. And the way it's going to play out is as follows. Number one, they are going to give temporary 5 years temporary legal status. That's number one. Number two, after the 5 years, if you meet certain qualifications, such as you pay your taxes, you pass the background check, then you get a green card. After 5 years, you get a green card. And once you get your green card, you wait an additional 3 years to apply for U.S. citizenship, which is gonna take in total 8 years. But remember, this is not bad, because by the time you get your 5 years temporary legal status, it comes with benefits. You're gonna get your work permit, you're gonna get travel document, meaning you can go out of the United States and come back with no problem, because you will have your legal status. The only thing that concerns me is the fact that you have to make sure that you pass the background check. So you have to go ahead and just make sure that there's nothing in your record that's gonna set you apart, okay? Just make sure. And on my next video, I am going to talk about how to prepare for this amnesty coming, okay? You have to prepare, and I'm gonna talk about it in my next video. But on this video, we're just gonna go ahead and talk about what's in the bill. Folks, we have been waiting for a very long time, and this bill is finally here. Okay, who's qualified? It says that you have to have been in the U.S. on January or before, on January 1st, 2021, or before January 1st, 2021. The reason being is because they don't want people to rush at the border so that they can just get here and get their 5 years temporary legal status once this bill passes and becomes law. They just don't want that. They want to deal with people who are already here. And we keep talking about the number 11 million undocumented immigrants. I'm so excited, I can't even talk. Undocumented immigrants, 11 million. So that's the path that Joe Biden has promised to open, this path for U.S. citizenship for that total of 11 million immigrants who have no legal status, okay? Again, I'm gonna recap. They're gonna give 5 years temporary legal status. After the 5 years, if you meet certain qualifications, such as you pass the background check, you were paying your taxes, then you will get a green card. After granting you a green card, you have to wait for additional 3 years to be eligible to apply for U.S. citizenship. And you know how the U.S. citizenship works. You have to pass the civic test, which have made videos for how to pass the civic test. I have videos on my channel, okay? And even how to apply for U.S. Citizenship, I have video on my channel, okay? Number 2, the bill is talking about DACA and TPS, DACA recipients. As far as DACA recipients are concerned, if you have had DACA before and now you don't no longer have DACA, you are still going to be qualified. DACA recipients are going to be qualified to apply for green card immediately. You still have to apply. You're not just going to get the green card. You still have to fill out the form, which I have the video about how to fill out the form I-485, which is the green card form. You can check my other videos. So if you want to get ahead of yourself, just start checking those videos and know what is required so that you can start gathering all your documents, okay? TPS holders will be granted a green card immediately, meaning they can apply for the green card immediately. For TPS holders, we have to look into the details again, because we don't have the details yet, because some countries TPS has already ended. The people currently holding TPS status are qualified, okay, to actually apply for green card immediately once this bill becomes law. Remember, it has to go to Congress and then go to Senate, and then once it passes both Congress and Senate, then it goes to the in front of the Joe Biden, and Joe Biden is gonna sign it. That's when the president signs the bill and the bill becomes law, okay? We still have a long way to go, but it looks promising. We can promise you that it looks promising. We don't know for sure, but it looks promising, okay? Just start, we're gonna push for it, okay? Number 3, Biden wants to reinstate a program granting minors from Central America temporary legal residence in the U.S. I believe that with the Trump administration, that program was terminated in 2017. It was a program that actually were granting qualified minors coming from Central America, those countries in Central America, giving them actually a temporary legal residence in the U.S. But Trump terminated that program in 2017, and the bill says that Biden is gonna try to reinstate that program, which is a good program as well, okay? Number 4, Reunification program for Central American relatives of U.S. citizens. Meaning what? Meaning that if you are from Central America and you have a U.S. Citizen relative that have applied for your green card, once your green card gets approved, you can already be, once you get the letter, you can already be in the America to wait for your physical green card in America, okay? This is really good. You don't have to wait no longer in your country. You can come to America and wait for your green card in America once the application has already been approved, okay? So, with the I-130, usually when it gets approved, you go to consular processing, waiting for your interview, stuff like that. But now what they're saying is like once the I-130 get approved, you can actually come to the U.S. and wait for your green card here in the U.S. You're not gonna go to consular processing outside of the United States. That's basically what they're saying with the reunification program for Central American relatives in the U.S. That's very, very good. And Biden says that he is going to have, he says that he's going to have put in place a refugee admissions program at multiple centers. And then for abroad, of course, so that qualified individual can just go to those centers and apply and just get into the US. You know how the refugee program work? Usually you have a center in one country and some people are going to a different country to go to that center to get their application being processed. But now Biden is saying that they're going to have a lot of centers, okay, so that the process can go as quickly as possible, okay. And they're going to raise the cap for refugee too as well, which they said that they're going to raise it to 150,000 compared to only 15,000 people getting into the US. So that was number 5. Number 6 is Biden is going to reverse the Muslim ban. We know that with Trump, he put a ban on multiple Muslim countries so that the citizens of those countries couldn't come to the US. But Biden says that he's going to reverse that ban, that Muslim ban. And number 7, he's going to stop the border wall construction. We know that Trump had the wall. Remember the wall that Trump was building in Texas? I guess in South Texas. And he even went there on his last 2 days in office. He went there to see how the wall has been built, etc. But Biden says that they're going to completely stop building that wall. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to have an enforcement plan that deploys technology to patrol the border. Instead of having like a physical wall, they're just going to use technology like computers and stuff like that to actually patrol the borders. So to control the borders for entries and exits, okay? So which is good instead of having the physical wall, you know? They're just going to use technology. So they're going to invest in different type of technology so they can control those borders. And the last thing is about the deferred enforced departure for Liberian presidential memorandum. I've never talked about this, and let me just talk a little bit about this. It's called the DAD. Basically, certain individual in Liberia were qualified to stay in the US under the DED. And then that DED program was going to be terminated, I guess, this year. But Biden is going to extend the program until June 30, 2022. Remember, like, people have TPS for certain countries based on like civil war or earthquakes and just some conditions in your country. You have TPS. But Liberian, they have another program called DED, which is the Deferred Enforced Departure for Liberian Presidential Memorandum. So that program was going to end, but now Biden's going to extend it until June 30 of 2022. Folks, this is huge. This bill is huge, and we are going to make sure that we push by calling your representative, congressman, email, so that they can be on our side, so that when this bill, I'm pretty sure it's going to pass into the Congress, but the problem is going to be in the Senate. So that's when we need to push. Call your representative, call your congressman, just let them know to support this bill so that we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, okay? This is really great news, especially for the 8-year pathway to citizenship for immigrants without paper. You know, those cases has been like waiting longer and longer and longer. But now, if they just open this path, it's going to really go fast. And then people will get their paperwork so they can work and reunite with their families, etc., etc. And we're here to help. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And then make sure that, to watch my video tomorrow, because I'll be talking about this, how to prepare for this amnesty, what you need to do as we are waiting, okay? You can't just sit there and wait. You have to be productive in a way that you are waiting for this thing to become law, this bill to become law. But Biden says it's going to happen. He introduced the bill today. Biden first 100 days in office started today, and day one he has taken actions. Okay, please subscribe, share, like, comment below. I've been answering your I've been answering your questions, and I've been writing you back. Unfortunately, I cannot get to all the comments, but just make sure you comment, share, like. It's 2021. Don't be stingy with that like button, okay? Just like and share. This is very great news, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.